11th talent of Lin Luo Plunder has finally arrived. Although everyone had some doubts about transferring in northern Myanmar, they all obediently boarded the plane. 4 hours later, dozens from glorious media stepped out of the airport in northern Myanmar, where the pre-arrived President Xing was already waiting for them. Everyone was curious about this unfamiliar country, looking around as soon as they left the airport. Seeing this, President Xing suggested taking them to tour the scenic spots of northern Myanmar since there were still 3 to 4 hours before the transfer. A few minutes later, the group approached a shabby bus, beside which stood several burly men holding guns. Realizing something was amiss, everyone started requesting to return to the airport to wait for the transfer, no longer wanting to visit the so-called scenic spots of northern Myanmar. Annoyed by the chatter and fuss, President Xing slapped the leader to the ground. He detested people who talked too much and were troublesome. He also sternly ordered everyone to get on the bus quickly, or they would be responsible for the consequences. The gunmen behind him cooperatively aimed their weapons at the group. Suddenly, one of them turned to run back towards the airport, and a gunman was about to shoot, but a young man stopped him, saying, "He's clearly a talent awakener with enhanced speed. With our shooting skills, it's hard to hit him." With a low shout, the young man produced a huge brush in his hand, and with a big swing, he wrote the character bind in the air. The next moment, the man who seemed about to run back to the airport was suddenly frozen in place, unable to break free from this invisible binding. President Xing, seeing this, hurriedly flattered him with a cigarette, saying, "I've long heard that brother Shinny has awakened an S-class talent. Seeing it with my own eyes is truly enviable." Shinny casually smiled and replied, "I'm just serving Mr. Ming, merely a fighter. How can I compare to brother Xing? You're so capable, capturing so many people in such a short time. No wonder the boss always praises you in front of me." Pleased, President Xing smiled and then scolded the people from glorious media, saying, "This is northern Myanmar, the place where I grew up. Welcome to my world, my delicate little lambs." The people dared not resist and obediently formed a line to board the bus. After loading everyone onto the bus, Shinny mentioned he had to pick up another group, so he instructed President Xing to escort these people back to the compound first. Sitting on the bus, Lin Luo almost burst out laughing, finding the situation incredibly thrilling. He had just disembarked from the plane and already encountered an S-class talent awakener. For him, this place was like heaven. The speed of his bus isn't fast. Dark Emperor has an action range of 170 meters, and Lady Kagaya 190 meters. Once the bus starts moving, both substitutes can attack simultaneously. Within their range, they can instantly eliminate the enemy, and no one will suspect me since I'll have already left on the bus, Lin Luo thought to himself. As the bus slowly started moving, Lin Luo was calculating the distance in his mind. Suddenly, his eyes sharpened as he softly commanded, "Dark Emperor, Lady Kagaya, it's time to act." Shinny suddenly felt a chill run through his body, followed by a sharp pain in his chest as a slender knife pierced through his back and out his chest. Then, a dark figure appeared in front of him, and a terrifying punch sent him flying at least 50 meters. Sitting in the back seat of the bus, Lin Luo had just released his substitutes when he received the system prompt that he could plunder the talent. "Congratulations to the host for successfully plundering an S-class talent. Audit," the system announced. "The passive effect, enemy attacks on you will automatically enter an audit state. Once it's confirmed you cannot dodge, the attack will momentarily pause due to a violation. After triggering a violation, there will be a 12-hour cooldown." Seeing the abilities of his new talent, Lin Luo's smile widened unconsciously. This is like a life-saving shield every 12 hours. An attack I can't dodge must be threatening enough. The momentary pause is enough for me to counterattack. This trip to northern Myanmar is turning out to be very promising. I wonder if I can plunder my first SSS class talent here. The old bus had been jolting on the dirt road for several hours. During the journey, Lin Luo was busy devising his plan for the trip to northern Myanmar. Since Dark Emperor's identity had been exposed domestically, he planned to use Transcender as his main combat substitute. Meanwhile, the other passengers on the bus were secretly discussing how to escape. Although the guards escorting them were armed, there were only 3 of them against dozens on the bus, so the passengers believed there was a significant chance of overpowering them. However, they also realized that if the bus entered the compound, they would lose any chance of escape. But Lin Luo, understanding the darker aspects of human nature, knew that no one wanted to be the first to act and risk getting shot. An hour later, President Xing informed everyone, "We have arrived at our destination. Prepare to disembark." At that moment, fear filled everyone, and they started cursing at President Xing. He, in turn, dropped his pretense, saying, "Shut up. Anyone who makes another sound, I'll skin you alive." 2 burly men, holding guns, leered at several female employees and began to forcibly usher people off the bus. When they violently dragged a girl off by her hair, the rest of the passengers fell silent and obediently lined up to disembark. Lin Luo, at the end of the line, activated his S-class talent Hermit and disappeared into thin air. Invisible, he leisurely followed at the end of the group, entering the tightly guarded telefraud compound. Inside the compound, President Xing was having a satisfying smoke with another subordinate, Chen, who was specifically sent by Boss Ming to meet with him. Chen informed President Xing that Boss Ming was very pleased with his performance and he would soon be appointed as the head of the operation. Expressing his gratitude, President Xing then headed alone towards the top floor where Boss Ming's office was located. Lin Luo, still invisible, followed him closely. Reaching an office, President Xing cautiously knocked on the door. Just as he opened it, he suddenly felt a force kick him from behind, sending him sprawling to the ground. This caused Boss Ming Guochang to look at him strangely. Scrambling to his feet, President Xing explained, "Boss, I felt someone kick me just now." As soon as he finished speaking, the door behind him slammed shut, alerting both men. President Xing, slightly afraid, ran to the front of the desk but was immediately scolded by Boss Ming. Standing up with a slam of his hand on the desk, Boss Ming loudly called out, "Show yourself, friend. I know you're here." Lin Luo's figure slowly appeared in the air like a ghost. A panicked President Xing pointed at Lin Luo and exclaimed, "Weren't you supposed to be detained? How did you end up here?" Ignoring him, Lin Luo excitedly remarked, "This is thrilling. You two are even more like villains than those in movies." Hearing this, Ming Guochang immediately drew his weapon and aimed at Lin Luo, demanding fiercely, "No matter who you are or what your purpose is, daring to cause trouble on my turf, do you believe I can shoot you dead right now?" Lin Luo, with a hint of disdain on his face, replied, "Are you sure your gun can take me down?" Seeing Lin Luo's arrogance, President Xing swung his fist at him, but before his punch could land, a warrior clad in silver-white armor instantly appeared and delivered a powerful blow to his stomach. The force of the punch sent President Xing flying into the wall behind him. Boss Ming's eyes narrowed. "You're an S-class talent awakener, but young man, you're still too naive. Can your substitute be faster than my AK?" As he finished speaking, he fired a barrage of bullets at Lin Luo. Lin Luo activated the fighting spirit armor he had plundered from Reinhardt. The bullets bounced off both him and Transcender, causing no harm. Seeing this, Boss Ming was shocked and collapsed weakly into his chair, unable to believe what was happening before him. Lin Luo, with a mocking smile, approached the desk. "From now on, I'm the boss here, Lin. You'll be little Ming. I'll generously make you my first underling." Boss Ming, having become a leader himself, was no fool. He quickly adjusted his attitude and spoke somewhat ingratiatingly, "Young brother, please forgive me. I was blind to your abilities. May I ask who's backing you?" Lin Luo slammed the table and scolded, "Don't worry about who I am. From now on, I call the shots here. If you try any tricks, I'll beat you until you submit." At Lin Luo's command, Transcender began to brutally assault Boss Ming. After a while, Ming, gritting his teeth, threatened, "Even a mighty dragon cannot crush a local snake. No matter who's behind you, if you offend my crouching tiger villa, be careful not to bite off more than you can chew." Lin Luo's expression hardened at this. Transcender once again unleashed a flurry of punches and kicks on Boss Ming. Lin Luo watched with interest as Boss Ming lay defeated on the ground. "Little Ming, as a villain, you really are tough, but soon, I'll use the methods you normally employ on your employees on you. How does that sound?" Upon hearing Lin Luo's words, Boss Ming began to tremble in fear. Kneeling on the ground, he pleaded loudly, "Big brother, please stop hitting me. I'll do whatever you ask." Satisfied with his answer, Lin Luo directly inquired, "How many S-class or above talent awakeners do you have under your command?" Boss Ming was surprised by the question, but obediently answered, "There are 2. One of them has already been dispatched elsewhere." Lin Luo was slightly disappointed, but he still asked Boss Ming to call the other S-class awakener over. Shortly after, a young man named Wang Xiaohu arrived at the office door. However, he hesitated to enter. His substitute, unserious narration, was frantically warning him of the danger inside. Beyond this iron door lies a terrifying existence from Country Z. No one yet realizes that a massive storm is about to sweep over northern Myanmar. Idiot! Leave now. If you enter this door, you're definitely dead. Turn around immediately. Don't greet them. Pretend nothing has happened. Suddenly, the door in front of Wang Xiaohu opened, and the voice in his ear became even more shrill. "Danger! Danger! Leave Crouching Tiger Villa as fast as you can." But before he could react, a warrior clad in black armor and a beautiful young woman blocked his path. "It's over for you now. These 2 substitutes are dozens of times stronger than you. You don't stand a chance." The next moment, a bright long knife pierced through him, and before he could recover, Dark Emperor's iron fist ended his life. As Wang Xiaohu slowly collapsed to the ground, Lin Luo heard the familiar system notification, "Your SS-class talent Plunder has been activated. Please choose one of the 4 abilities to plunder. Congratulations, host, on acquiring the S-class talent Incomplete God's View." Hearing the name of this talent, Lin Luo was momentarily taken aback. What kind of talent is this? And it's incomplete? Curious, Lin Luo began to examine the attributes of this newly acquired talent. Your substitute possesses Incomplete God's View, allowing observation of all situations within a 10-meter range. Realizing that this talent focused on the substitute, he attempted to summon it, only to discover that this new talent's substitute, unserious narration, had an attribute panel but no physical physical form. The talent's description read, unserious narration through God's view can detect valuable hidden information about all targets within a 15-meter radius. Once you focus your attention on a target, narration will begin reciting. Just then, a cheeky male voice echoed in Lin Luo's ear. Hello, I'm inside your body. Lin Luo, feeling goosebumps all over, replied irritably, if you keep talking like that, I'll drain your energy and silence you forever. Unserious narration seemed genuinely frightened and fell silent. Ignoring it for the moment, Lin Luo summoned another substitute he had plundered that day, Judge's Pen. This weapon-type substitute, which Lin Luo had never possessed before, could merge directly with gun and spear-type weapons or create corresponding effects by writing characters in the air. Boss Ming, witnessing this scene, was startled. How did Chinese Judge's Pen end up in Lin Luo's hands? Eager to test its power, Lin Luo wrote the character emptiness in the air towards Boss Ming. The next moment, Boss Ming collapsed to the ground, his face pale and sweating profusely, as if he had been on a week-long internet cafe binge. Then Lin Luo wrote Kidney Treasure, and Boss Ming's complexion instantly revived, filled with vitality as if endowed with boundless energy. His gaze towards Lin Luo was filled with fear. This man seemed like a demon, not only immune to bullets, but also able to toy with him at will. Lin Luo, focusing on the Judge's Pen, thought, as long as there's enough energy, this Judge's Pen can control life and death. Similar to Master of Wishes, only one speaks and the other writes. I'll let Master of Wishes use it in the future. It might produce unexpected effects. Lin Luo then tested the power of unserious narration, focusing his attention on Boss Ming. The narration began. Ming Guochang is the head of Crouching Tiger Villa, a top 10 power in northern Myanmar. Besides owning a vast amount of real estate, he also has 90 million. He commands an armed force of over 200 people. After hearing unserious narration's information, Lin Luo nodded in satisfaction. It's really easy to obtain crucial information about someone with this assistive substitute. Lin Luo looked disdainfully at Boss Ming. You're quite poor for a local warlord, only possessing 90 million in liquid assets. Seeing that Boss Ming remained silent, Transcender stepped forward and slapped him, causing stars to appear before his eyes. Ming quickly knelt at Lin Luo's feet and pleaded, because I am also from Z country and considered an outsider, most of the money goes to the local government and warlords. Lin Luo looked at him coldly. Knowing you're from Z country, yet you specialize in scamming people from Z country, it seems this land is thoroughly rotten from top to bottom. I won't kill you, but you must do something for me. 15 minutes later, all the armed personnel of the telefraud compound were gathered in front of the office. Lin Luo looked at them with a cruel smile. Suddenly, dozens of purple vines burst from the ground, tightly entangling everyone. This caused panic among the crowd, with some shouting for help and others cursing loudly. Lin Luo ignored them, instead calculating how much these people would increase his soul power. Just then, someone in the crowd shouted, "Are you Lin Luo?" Lin Luo was momentarily startled and recognized the speaker as Gu Qianfan, the team leader of their group building activity. Gu looked ragged, clearly having been roughed up earlier. Lin Luo quickly approached him, saying, "Brother Gu, I plan to wipe out this place. Organize the brothers who were deceived along with us. First, tie up these guys and throw them all into the dungeon." Gu Qianfan appeared hesitant and uncertain. "They have guns. Are you sure about this?" Lin Luo pointed to Boss Ming and said, "The leader of Crouching Tiger Villa is already in my hands. If you're still hesitant, you might lose the chance to return to our country." Hearing this, Gu Qianfan's eyes widened and he gritted his teeth, declaring, "I'll do it. I hope you keep your word." Gu Qianfan immediately rallied several men who had been deceived like him. His passionate speech quickly ignited a sense of bravery in them. In just a few minutes, they had tied up all of Boss Ming's subordinates with ropes. Gu Qianfan's face finally showed a smile of relief. "Brother Luo, you are amazing. Without your help, we would have been doomed. When can we return to Z country?" he asked Lin Luo. Lin Luo, deep in thought about his next move, was momentarily taken aback by the question. "When did I say we were going back to Z country? I should clarify that I wasn't deceived into coming here. I came willingly. These barbarians specifically target our people from Z country and force them into telefraud activities. Are you content to just return home after this? Why not stay with me and build our own force? We can seize their secret realms and rule here completely." The crowd was stunned, their reactions a mix of disbelief and shock at Lin Luo's ambitious plan. While many were indeed unwilling to leave just like that, more were begging Lin Luo to send them home, not wanting to stay in this troubled land any longer. Gu Qianfan expressed his doubts. "Brother Luo, we're only a few hundred people. Even if we take over Crouching Tiger Villa, it's impossible to control the whole of northern Myanmar." Before Lin Luo could respond, unserious narration provided a piece of information. "You don't have time to consider how to persuade these people to assist you. Uninvited guests are about to arrive. You decide to make an example of them, to show these people your power and make them willingly serve you." Lin Luo thought this was a good idea and quickly instructed Gu Qianfan, "Someone is coming this way. Take everyone inside. I'll show you if I can truly rule over northern Myanmar." At that moment, a luxury sedan was slowly driving towards Crouching Tiger Villa. Inside sat Fan Jisheng, the second in command of Crouching Tiger Villa. He had just received news about a powerful powerful talent awakener named Dark Emperor from Z country, capable of single-handedly taking on the Wormhole Guardian. Just then, Lin Luo suddenly descended from the sky, landing on the car's hood. Without a word, he summoned his short blade, and several whirlwind sword auras instantly penetrated the car's engine. With a loud bang, the car exploded, engulfing the driver and Fan Jisheng in flames. The sudden activation of the on a whim passive ability enveloped Lin Luo with a sense of immense danger. He spotted a pink pig charging towards him at high speed and swiftly dodged what seemed like an inevitable sneak attack. Lin Luo instantly recognized that this pink pig was an SS-class substitute. Curious about the whereabouts of its host, he looked around. Just then, unserious narration chimed in. You're eager to plunder this SS-class talent. You consider using Master of Wishes to locate the host, but you're overlooking an even more impressive substitute, which has already identified the host hiding inside the pig's belly. Lin Luo was slightly taken aback, not expecting the opponent to be hiding within their own substitute. He had previously thought about using Master of Wishes to quiet an unserious narration, but now it seemed to have its uses. Lin Luo calmly stated, "Come out, I know where you are." Inside the belly of the pink pig, Fan Jisheng was discussing strategies with his substitute, Gluttonous Pig, on how to handle Lin Luo. Lin Luo, seeing no response, was about to summon Dark Emperor to eliminate the opponent when unserious narration spoke again, revealing the identity of the hidden individual. The person inside is Fan Jisheng, the second in command of Crouching Tiger Villa. Unknown to all, this notoriously ruthless figure in northern Myanmar is actually an undercover agent sent by a secret Z country military unit. His codename is Postman, and his superior's codename is Fisherman. Their passphrase is, "Tell old Mo, I want to eat fish. Fresh Makabopo fish will be delivered to you immediately." Elated by this revelation, Lin Luo thought, "I was just wondering where to find someone knowledgeable about the local situation to help. Here's one right in front of me." He then loudly declared, "Postman, you can come out now. There's no one else here. I was sent by Fisherman to assist you." Fan Jisheng was startled by Lin Luo's words. "The postman is my deepest secret, and I had just contacted my superiors a few days ago. They told me to lay low for now. How could they suddenly send someone to help me?" Seeing no response from Fan Jisheng, Lin Luo continued, "Our passphrase is, tell old Mo, I want to eat fish. Fresh Makabopo fish will be delivered to you immediately. Come out of the pig's belly. Crouching Tiger Villa is under my control now." Suddenly, a smoke cloud appeared, and Fan Jisheng materialized in front of Lin Luo, still appearing somewhat wary. "How many people has the top brass sent to assist?" Lin Luo calmly assessed Fan Jisheng and replied, "For a small place like northern Myanmar, I'm enough." An hour later, Gu Qian Fan and others had completely taken control of Crouching Tiger Villa. Lin Luo returned with Fan Jisheng, introducing his new assistant to everyone. Seeing that Crouching Tiger Villa had indeed changed hands, Fan Jisheng finally let down his guard. Lin Luo then addressed the group, "In the coming days, disasters will occur frequently. I've received orders from above. We need to covertly control northern Myanmar to have the resources and capability to protect our families when a global catastrophe hits." Fan Jisheng's expression changed drastically at this revelation. "You mean the recent foggy lockdown of the city is just the beginning?" As Lin Luo nodded affirmatively, others began to waver in their previous determination to return to Z country immediately. Still, they doubted Lin Luo's ability to stand against the heavily armed warlords. Lin Luo, hearing their doubts, stopped talking and pulled out a handgun from a spatial crystal, firing 3 shots at his own head. The bullets, unable to even touch his skin, were deflected by a layer of transparent fighting spirit armor. He then summoned Dark Emperor and said indifferently, "Ordinary firearms are useless against me, and you should have heard of my notoriety." Fan Jisheng suddenly exclaimed in shock, "My God, you're Dark Emperor?" Lin Luo's lips curved into a slight smile at the reactions around him. "Now, it's not just about northern Myanmar. It would be difficult to find someone stronger than me even on the entire Blue Star." Fan Jisheng immediately shouted excitedly, "If you really are the Dark Emperor, then I'm willing to cooperate with you on your mission." Gu Qian Fan, too, responded eagerly, "Brother Luo is right. The world has changed. Instead of just scraping by, we should fight for a chance at a better life. This could be our opportunity to turn things around." Lin Luo confidently patted his chest and declared, "I promise you, once I have complete control over this place, you can go wherever you want, and I will provide everything you desire." Lin Luo's promise dispelled the last of everyone's concerns. The people present unanimously agreed to pledge their loyalty to Lin Luo and join him in carving out their success in this land. Lin Luo was very pleased with their decision. He intended to cleanse this land of its sins and carve out a sanctuary for his loved ones in these chaotic times. But first, he had to become the new king of northern Myanmar, plunder countless talents. I Became a God. The first season of this manga has concluded. Stay tuned to Manga Explained for updates on the second season when it's released.